Today we will talk about sourcing and supply management. This chapter addresses three key issues. What does procurement do? Rationalizing the supply base and segmenting the supply base. The procurement process is essential for maintaining the supply chain by ensuring a steady flow of supplies. It involves two main sub-processes. 1. Strategic sourcing. This is the initial stage where the company's needs for products and services are thoroughly assessed. The current expenditure with suppliers is reviewed, the supplier market is analyzed, and a procurement strategy is developed to meet business needs. This strategy is usually formulated by a team that includes buyers, business users, stakeholders, and often requires senior management approval. Strategic sourcing results in selecting suppliers for long-term relationships and contracts, which are then used in tactical and operational procurement. 2. Operational procurement. After strategic sourcing, the operational process begins. This includes placing orders, receiving goods, and paying invoices. To streamline these activities, automation through ERP systems or e-procurement tools is beneficial. Aligning procurement processes with suppliers, such as linking ordering systems with shipment systems, can reduce errors, speed up shipments, and cut transaction costs. Managerial integration can further enhance these benefits, but it requires time, effort, and investment, and is not feasible with all suppliers. The procurement process is depicted as interlinked circular processes, with strategic, tactical, and operational procurement influencing each other. Effective procurement aligns with the company's strategies and contributes to customer value. The maturity of a procurement function can be assessed by how much it focuses on strategic sourcing versus operational activities. A well-integrated procurement process allows for smoother operations and less time spent on resolving issues, indicating a more strategic and valuable procurement function. Procurement plays a vital role in enhancing a supply chain's competitiveness, and its impact varies based on the industry and what drives customer value. The most recognized contribution of procurement is to ensure a cost-efficient supply of goods and services, which is especially crucial in industries with narrow margins, price-sensitive markets, or companies where the cost of procured goods and services is a significant portion of the revenue. For example, a company with revenues of €1.1 billion and procurement costs of €754 million has procured goods and services, accounting for nearly 70% of its revenues. In this scenario, a mere 5% reduction in procurement costs could more than double the company's profit margin from 2.5% to beyond 5%. However, focusing solely on cost reduction underestimates procurement's strategic potential. Procurement also contributes to supply chain competitiveness by ensuring reliable delivery, which supports production schedules and customer deliveries. Just-in-time, JIT, delivery, and the ability to respond quickly to changes are also valuable, particularly in lean and agile operating environments. Moreover, procurement can mitigate risks like supply disruptions and foster innovations through close supplier relationships. To leverage procurement's full strategic potential, it is recommended to follow 4 operating principles. 1. Strategic alignment. Procurement should be aligned with the firm's broader strategic objectives before focusing on supplier relationships. 2. Early involvement. Procurement must be involved from the beginning of supply chain design and development, not just when negotiating prices. 3. Total cost and value. The focus should be on the total cost of ownership and the overall customer value, rather than just the price. 4. Continuous relationship management. The signing of a supplier contract is the starting point for ongoing supplier relationship management, which is more challenging and resource-intensive than initial sourcing. By following these principles, procurement staff are encouraged to spend more time on strategic and supplier relationship management tasks. While there are challenges, such as demonstrating savings from long-term strategies and the risk of dependency on suppliers, the collaborative approach of strategic supply can lead to achieving goals that would not be possible individually, thus providing a competitive edge. The first operating principle, business alignment, emphasizes the importance of internal alignment within an organization's procurement function before engaging with the supply base. This alignment ensures that procurement activities are closely tied to the business needs, avoiding the risk of sourcing incorrect supplies and losing credibility. Key points for business alignment. Internal focus. Procurement must understand and align with internal business needs before sourcing. Collaboration. Close collaboration with supply chain peers is essential to identify the right supplies and opportunities. Talent over position. Talent and ability to align are more important than organizational position or structure. Multi-level alignment. Alignment occurs at various stages, from business planning to project teams and policy coordination. Professional attributes. Procurement professionals should be service-focused, flexible, and able to sell ideas through participation. Integration methods. Embedding procurement staff within business units and using business metrics for performance evaluation. Recognition of contributions. Procurement success is reflected in business results, not just financial savings. Developing strategies for procurement categories involves integrating procurement throughout the product life cycle, from design to disposal. This integration allows procurement to play a strategic role and find innovative ways to add value from the supplier market. To foster innovation, firms should align internal objectives, minimize late design changes, and avoid pressuring suppliers solely for cost reductions. Key aspects of strategic sourcing. Elevate procurement's role. Transition from transactional to strategic. Cross-functional coordination. Align procurement with other business functions. Supplier collaboration. Share information and develop relationships with key suppliers. A strategic sourcing process involves analyzing spending and organizing it by focusing on selected suppliers to optimize costs, innovation, quality, and service. A procurement strategy, often categorized by product or service types, includes stakeholder engagement, involving supply chain stakeholders in strategy development. Market analysis, understanding current value, supply base, and market trends. Competitive benchmarking, assessing competitor strategies and performance in sourcing versus buying. Deciding whether to procure externally and how suppliers integrate with supply chain processes. Strategic options. Determining how to approach the supply base, including negotiation or partnership considerations. Implementation plans. Engaging users in the business and supply chain during and after procurement. The presence of procurement strategies indicates a firm's supply chain maturity, moving beyond mere purchasing to strategic category management. Total cost of ownership, TCO, is a procurement concept that goes beyond the initial price of a product or service to consider the full range of costs over its life cycle. This approach is crucial because focusing solely on price can lead to compromises in service levels, quality, and innovation, which are often more critical in non-commoditized markets. Key points of TCO beyond price. TCO includes maintenance, warranty, durability, delivery speed, running costs, and other related expenses. Life cycle costs. It accounts for costs from pre-purchase activities like supplier evaluation to post-purchase costs like maintenance, strategic sourcing. TCO informs smarter procurement strategies by considering all cost factors, not just the purchase price. Long-term perspective. Analyzing TCO helps in making purchasing decisions that are cost-effective in the long run. For instance, a low-price supplier might have higher transportation and quality assurance costs, resulting in a higher TCO. Similarly, a product with a lower purchase price but higher maintenance costs may become more expensive over time compared to a product with a higher initial cost but lower ongoing expenses. Supplier relationship management, S.R.M, is a critical post-contractual phase in procurement that focuses on the active management of supplier relationships to ensure the full realization of the benefits outlined in the contract. It's a strategic approach that goes beyond the traditional view of procurement as a transactional activity. I can summarize S.R.M in a few points. Implementation. Signing a contract is just the beginning. Effective implementation is key to realizing contracted benefits. Alignment. Contracts must align with business needs and strategies to avoid wasted efforts. Active management. Without ongoing management, the value of procurement diminishes over time. Collaboration. S.R.M emphasizes collaboration with suppliers to develop competitive products and efficient production processes. Basic steps in S.R.M. 1. Reduce supply base. Streamline the number of suppliers to manage relationships more effectively. 2. Segment supply base. Categorize suppliers based on various criteria to tailor management strategies. 3. Establish policies. Create specific policies for each supplier segment to guide interactions and expectations. 4. Vendor rating. Implement a system to evaluate and plan improvements for suppliers. 5. Executive ownership. Assign high-level ownership to key supplier relationships to enhance their potential. 6. Customer of choice. Manage relationships to become a preferred customer, which can lead to better service and innovation. In essence, S.R.M is about fostering a mutually beneficial partnership with suppliers, which is supported by strategic alignment and continuous improvement efforts. This approach can lead to a more mature and competitive supply chain. The first step to managing the supply base for value through relationships is to reduce the number of suppliers. This is necessary because a focal firm may not have sufficient resources to allocate to a large number of suppliers effectively. By streamlining the supply base, the firm can focus its development resources on a smaller group of suppliers and build stronger relationships with them. To prepare for the reduction of the supply base, it is important to collect a comprehensive list of suppliers across business units and operating entities. This list should include information such as annual spend and which parts of the organization are buying from each supplier. This information is valuable not only for supply base reduction, but also for strategic sourcing efforts and developing category strategies. Analyzing the spend information can reveal opportunities for rationalizing the supply base. For example, it may uncover instances where different business units are buying from the same suppliers under different terms, or where multiple suppliers are used for non-critical items without considering consolidating them for better terms. It often becomes apparent that a significant portion of the spend is concentrated with a few key suppliers, while the remaining suppliers have lower levels of spend. This analysis helps identify suppliers that are strong candidates for relationship management, while others may not provide sufficient returns on investment. When it comes to supply-based rationalization, an important consideration is selecting the suppliers for partnership. The criteria for selecting partners should be based on the products involved and the supplier's competencies, particularly their capability to contribute to new product development. This ensures that the chosen suppliers have the necessary skills and resources to actively contribute to the focal firm's innovation efforts. Supplier segmentation is a strategic approach to managing a diverse supplier base. It involves categorizing suppliers based on spend size and the criticality of their supplies to the operation of the supply chain and customer delivery. The Kraljic matrix is a tool used for this purpose, which considers the buyer's strength and the availability of suppliers. Suppliers are classified into 4 categories. 1. Strategic items. High buyer strength, but few suppliers. The goal is to develop long-term relationships to ensure supply. 2. Bottleneck items. Low buyer power and few alternatives. The strategy is to diversify and reduce dependence on these items. 3. Non-critical items. Many suppliers and low impact on performance. Competitive tendering is used for these standardized pots. 4. Leverage items. Many suppliers and high buyer spending power. The buyer can negotiate for lower prices and better terms. This segmentation is buyer-centric and focuses on maximizing purchasing power and reducing dependency on specific suppliers. It also supports strategic moves within the matrix to improve the buyer's position, such as turning bottleneck items into leverage items by standardizing specifications. This framework aids in implementing target pricing, fostering collaborative partnerships, and aligning procurement strategies with market conditions. Sustainable Supply Chain Management (SSCM) has introduced a shift in the traditional supplier relationship framework by prioritizing the triple bottom line (TBL), environmental, social, and economic factors over mere price considerations. This approach has led to the reclassification of leverage items into 3 subsegments. 1. True commodities. These are traditional leverage items impacting only one TBL aspect. 2. Strategic commodities. Selected for their potential long-term value, they receive investment for new product development rather than being pressured for price reductions. 3. Transitional commodities. Initially strategic, these can evolve into true commodities by reducing TBL risk. In SSCM, the focus is on continuity and collaborative growth, with preferred suppliers receiving more support and stewardship. Strategic relationships are limited to a few key suppliers due to the high level of commitment required. Policies are then established for each supplier segment, reflecting the time and resources invested and the depth of the relationship within the company. This structured approach aims to enhance the value derived from supplier relationships through careful selection and focused management. Vendor rating is a systematic approach to evaluate supplier performance, aiming to improve both supplier and customer processes. It involves a cross-functional team that establishes criteria for rating suppliers such as price, delivery reliability, quality, and innovation. The process includes team selection, a diverse team from various departments not limited to procurement to ensure a broad perspective. Rating criteria. Metrics are designed to be consistent across categories with varying weights based on strategic importance. Weighting. Relative importance of each criterion is determined often through paired comparisons by the team. Scoring. Suppliers are rated on each criterion using guidelines to minimize bias. The goal is to use vendor rating for continuous improvement, not just measurement. Good performance is shared as joint success, and areas needing improvement are collaboratively addressed. Executive ownership. Recognizing the value of key supplier relationships, senior executives take ownership of managing these relationships, which includes hosting meetings, serving as stewards, and sponsoring joint projects. This high-level involvement ensures that supplier relationships are strategically managed and aligned with the company's goals. Public recognition. Companies also publicly acknowledge suppliers through awards and events, which are tied to the vendor rating system and continuous improvement efforts, enhancing communication and engagement with the supplier base. This multifaceted approach to supplier relationship management fosters a collaborative environment for mutual growth and innovation. Achieving the status of a customer of choice is an aspirational goal in supplier relationship management, where a firm's efforts in carefully selecting and investing in a few key suppliers yield significant benefits. This stage is akin to reverse marketing, where the focal firm positions itself as a preferred customer, offering suppliers more than just negotiations on price and terms. It involves deep business engagement and strategic alignment across various levels of procurement activities. The benefits of being a customer of choice include priority access, gaining first access to supplier innovations and R&D, customized solutions, receiving tailored solutions integrated into the company's supply chain, top talent, having the best account management staff dedicated to the account, extra effort. Suppliers are motivated to go above and beyond the basic requirements. Executive engagement. Senior executives are actively involved, matching the supplier's commitment in resources and attention. This status can serve as a competitive differentiator, as seen in the U.S. auto industry, where economic challenges led firms to recognize the critical role of suppliers and work towards equitable management and consolidation. The customer of choice status fosters a mutually beneficial relationship, driving innovation and growth for both parties.
Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe to channel.